I was just looking up our guest of honor's biography, so to speak, on ambitsuccess.com, and it's one that I don't have nearly enough time to detail all the finer points of, because he's won nearly every award in the book. He's a national consultant, Yellow Jacket, fast track to regional, senior, and executive, which is incredibly rare in the business, which means he got into the business and got to work. Not wasting any time. He's been on more 5-star trips than I think I have, which is a lot, and quite a few of them more recently, so I'm very jealous of that. But beyond that, he's a Common Club member. We've got Founders Leadership Club Award, Pure Energy Award. We've got the Thompson Leadership Award, which is, as many of you know, many of you may not, probably the preeminent award in all of Ambit Energy, recognizing as one of the leaders in the field with the utmost integrity, which is a big part of our business opportunity to build the finest and most respected retail energy company in the country. So without further ado, please help me welcome my good friend Tim Ulinger from upstate New York. I can never remember exactly where upstate New York, but Tim, are you with us?
I am. Thank you, Sean, for having me.
All right. Great to have you with us, and I'm going to let you take it away, my friend. All right, you're coming through loud and clear.
Okay, well, thanks for having me again. You know, I just want to make sure that everybody, hopefully y'all can hear me right now. And, you know, it's an honor to be on Sean and Damien's tonight and help you all close out your business presentation, whether it's in your living room, hotel meeting like Sean said, or you know, our one-on-one presentation. Background on myself, I started my Ambit business almost 7 years ago now. My wife and I looked at this presentation on July 14th, 2010. So next month will be 7 years that when we started our Ambit business. My cousin Mike was home from Texas, and Mike was he was home because our grandmother passed away. And after the funeral, he pulled me aside and said, "Tim, you got to take a look at something that's changing people's lives in Texas." Now, Mike is a pastor in Texas. He's my cousin, so I had to, you know, believe he was excited about something that was genuine and true. So I sat down, looked at the presentation that you all looked at tonight, and I started my 4th business right on the spot. Missy was not home at the time, my wife. You know, I called her up, said, "Honey, guess what we just did?" And I'll be honest with you, she was ready to strangle me. See, we had 3 businesses that we owned already. I was working as a police officer in Buffalo, New York, working many hours of overtime because we have 5 beautiful children. Missy is a stay-at-home mom. She homeschools our children, and job in itself, and that was important to us. So I always took on the extras so she could stay home. And to add something else to our plate was seemed almost impossible, you know. But my wife has been very supportive, and she's glad she was supportive with this business as well, because lives in a quick way. It's allowed me in a short amount of time to sell to the 3rd business as a family business that will always stay with the family. But the best thing that this business has done for us, it allowed me almost 2 years ago now from the police force. And 2 years ago, I was 42 years old. 42 years old, walked away from my job after 21 years as a police officer. It's all because of Ambit Energy. It's all because of what you all looked at tonight. And I hope you all understand how powerful this business can really, truly be. It's bought back a lot of my time. Before, I was never home. I was working 80 to 100 hours a week. As Sean earlier, and I was outside playing basketball with my 8-year-old, something that never happened with my older children because I was never home. So this in a great way. It's blessed a lot of other people on our organization, and it can bless you as well. The reason why it can really bless you is because we have a service. We have a service that everybody wants. To ask yourself, after watching this presentation here tonight, how can this business help you? How can this business generate $300 a month like I wanted when I looked at this presentation? Folks, I was not looking for $1 million. I wanted $300 a month so I could make my car payment. $300 a month meant a lot to me, because that would allow me to work one less weekend every single month. I'm an extra shift at a part-time job. I was working at a security detail. It would give me back 2 days where I didn't have to work, but that car payment was still taken care of. And if that's all this business did for me, because I just bought back a weekend so I can spend a weekend home with Missy and my 5 kids. But it's way more than $300 a month, folks. But if that's what you're looking for, we can achieve that for you. You know, how many of you have 5 children like I do? You know, probably not a lot of you, but maybe some of you have more than 5. You know, do you all have the college tuition paid for already before they even go to school? See, I had no idea how I was going to send my children to college. They were going to take out loans like most people do probably, and just pay for it themselves. I had no money set aside, even though we had 3 businesses and I was working all the time. Still had no money set aside. My daughter, my oldest daughter, is 19. She started her first year of college this year, and because of what we started 7 years ago, I was able to pay for all of her college tuition this year. It's paid in full. She has no debt, and it's because of what Ambit has provided us. Will that help you? And I'm sure it will. How about just some additional income? You know, I'm sure that can help everybody. This economy that we live in right now is one of the worst economies that we're living in. Anybody can desire, you know, wishes for some additional income. How about giving back to charity? That's something big that Missy and I like to do. We like to help other people, even prior to Ambit, but we never had the means to help other people. But now I can tell you story after story after story where we've helped other people outside of Ambit and helped change their lives as well. How about financial freedom? You know, I don't know what your financial freedom number would be, but I think this business can help you. You know, whether it's $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, what have you, it can help you in a big way with the opportunity that you looked at it. And like I said earlier, it's because we're offering a service that everybody has to have. We can't live without electricity. Some places natural gas. We got to have it. Here in Western New York, where I live in Buffalo, we have to have gas and electric. They have in one of the coldest regions in the United States. And everybody around us, everybody we know, everybody we don't know, will always use electric and gas. And that's what sold me on this whole idea, is that we simply have to educate someone one time how to save on a bill that they have to have and can't live without. And we never, ever have to go back to that person and ask them to use electric or gas. We never have to ask that person to pay their bill at the end of the month. If they forget to pay their bill, what happens? That electric company sends that friendly reminder, and they'll say, Tim, please pay your electric bill or we will shut you off next month. You think we're paying that bill? Absolutely. So everybody that you know will pay that bill, and that means your residual check will come in month after month after month. And that's leverage, folks. You're leveraging your time by helping other people. And honestly, that's the key to success in anything that we do. We leverage our time by the efforts of other people, which typically is employees if you own a business, or you leverage your time by money, by, you know, stocks and bonds, what have you. This, folks, we're leveraging our time by helping people save on the bill that they have to have. We never have to go back to them. We never have to ask them to pay that bill, and your residual check will come in every single month. Folks, just work this in your spare time. You know, business, you don't go home and quit your job, sell your businesses right away. You know, maybe someday you'll be able to do that. But folks, work this a half an hour a day. You don't have to work it like a traditional business, okay? I'm sure a lot of you that are watching this presentation here tonight own traditional businesses. And I guarantee that business that you have owns you. And it owns you for 12, 13, 14 hours a day, probably 7 days a week. And with this business, you can work it on top of that for maybe a half an hour a day, an hour a day. Treat it like a real business, but just put in a half an hour a day, and you'll eventually buy back your time, and maybe, you know, sell one of those Subway stores that you own. We have a franchise owner out that owns 7 Subway stores in our business. He just sold in the Western New York area. He's down to 6 stores now because of what Ambit has brought him. folks, because he worked a little bit every single day, and his business has grown. The compensation plan that you all saw, you saw some great ways that we get paid, and that compensation plan is genius as far as I'm concerned. Just plug into that system. I had no idea how we got paid when I got started. I'll be honest with you. My cousin Mike sat there. I said, Mike, how does this money work? He says, don't worry about it. And is one thing. Understand that there's $474 billion up for grabs in the United States. Now we just added Japan, folks. Added another 70 billion on top of that. Folks, we have a pot of gold out there that nobody even knows about, and all we have to do is go out there and grab some of that. So I ask you, like my cousin asked me, how much of it do you want? How much of this money do you want? Because understand that this money is transferring hands with or without anybody here tonight. Whether we join this business or not, this money will transfer hands to somebody, whether we're in this business or not. So what I want you to understand is that we're sitting here tonight at the absolute perfect time. Deregulation is going to happen, like I said, with or without us. And now you're just introduced to an opportunity, okay, where you can simply start buying back your time in a short amount of time, help other people, which is enjoyable for Missy and I. I'm sure it's the same way with you guys as well. And you can start diverting some of this money into your bank account. You know, we're in only 16 states, folks. How many states are left? 34 more states. We have a huge opportunity here in the U.S., but Ambit just handed us Japan here a month ago, and we have a huge opportunity over there. And I guarantee that we're going to start expanding across this country, that country, another state, and another state. And you want to get your business started here tonight and be the first, okay, in this business. Even though we're a 10-year-old company, it's still a startup company. Ambit has laid the foundation for all of us to be successful and build a strong business on that foundation. And how much of this money do we want? So, you know, I want to thank you for your time here tonight. You know, all I can do is encourage you to get started here tonight. Join with whoever invited you tonight. You know, but if this business is not for you, at least turn to the person that brought you here and say, I want to at least save some money and become a customer. Enjoy the savings. We'll help you gather 15 customers so you can energy check. Our check last month was $137. Month after month after month, Ambit's paid us over $8,400 in the last 7 years because I helped mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, brother, sister, aunts, and uncles one time 7 years ago save on the bill that they have to have, and Ambit's paid us over $8,400 in free energy credit. At least become a customer and enjoy the free energy. We'll help you gather 15 customers. You know, if you have some questions, we'll gladly answer those questions. The people that you're with will gladly answer those questions. You got some great leadership in this company, and we'll help you and guide you and get your business started. Type A person like I was, you'll get started here tonight. Then call whoever your spouse is and inform them you're going to change their lives in a good way. And you know, between Sean and I and Damien and all the leadership here in Ambit, we're looking forward to working with everybody. We're changing people's lives on a daily basis, and we're having a lot of fun. So thank you for your time. God bless you all. Look forward to seeing you all next time. As Sean invites me to come on, I love helping other people. So I can't wait to see you next time. Thanks again.